So Ben Affleck just did this interview with Theo where he basically spent an hour shitting on Hollywood.
Oh, here we go.
No, listen to this. He's sitting there going, fame is hollow and empty. Hollywood eats itself. Paparazzi are basically stalkers. Which, fair. But then he's like, I don't really want people looking at me in my underwear and t-shirts.
Okay, but
Morgan, the man has been dating the most photographed women on the planet for 2 decades. You don't accidentally end up with J-Lo twice if you hate attention.
Tessa, that's not... Look, I actually listened to the whole thing, and what he's saying is much more nuanced than...
Nuanced? The man literally said, and I quote, if you overtax the lake, it starts to look like low country marsh. And you see all the black mud and muck. Like, mate, you are the muck. You're part of the problem.
But that's exactly why his perspective matters. He's been in the trenches for 30 years. When he talks about that symbiotic relationship between Hollywood and tabloid culture, he knows what he's talking about because he's lived it.
Oh, he's lived it all right. He lapped it up when he was the golden boy with Good Will Hunting. Then, when the cameras started catching him looking miserable instead of heroic, suddenly it's all, I'm too good for this circus. It's like, remember sad Affleck?
Yes, but do you know why he looked sad? He literally explained it in the interview. He said every time paparazzi take his picture, he's trying to be with his kids, and there's 4 guys harassing them. He goes, can you give me some time? I'm trying to be with my kids.
Right, so the solution is, make more movies, start a production company, and date Ana de Armas?
The solution is artists' equity, which actually shares profits with creators instead of just the studio suits. Viola Davis said working with him was one of our top experiences of being treated the way we felt we deserved. He's not just complaining, he's building something better.
Building something better? Morgan, he's literally doing The Accountant 2 Quakes, a sequel to a movie nobody asked for. If you really hate the machine, you don't feed it more generic action franchises.
But that's so reductive. Look, he admitted he took cash grabs like Giggly.
And kept the money.
But now he's saying that felt wrong in retrospect because they lost money. That's growth. That's someone who's learned from mistakes and is trying to do better.
They lost money? Sony lost money, Ben. You kept $20 million. It's like robbing a bank and then feeling bad that the bank had to file an insurance claim.
Tessa, that's not how movie contracts work, and you know it.
Fine, but explain this to me. He says fame doesn't make you happy. But he's still out here dating the most famous women in the world. There were literally rumors last month about him and... who was it? Some revenge dating thing with Tom Cruise's ex?
First of all, that's gossip.
It's behavior patterns.
Second, maybe the man is allowed to have relationships. He's been transparent about his struggles. He told Theo he has empathy for Britney Spears because he understands that cycle of having people harangue you and follow you and how it whips everything into a tizzy.
Right. But here's the thing. Britney didn't choose that level of scrutiny as an adult. Ben did. He chose J-Lo. He chose the red carpets. He chose to be Batman. You can't spend 20 years courting attention and then act shocked when attention courts you back.
But that's exactly his point about the illusion of celebrity. He said people think if you see someone's picture all the time, they must want you to be seeing it. And that's just not true. He's saying it actually hurts his work as an actor because people can't separate Ben from his characters.
Morgan, listen to yourself. You're defending a man who made millions playing superheroes and romantic leads, who dated some of the most photographed women on Earth, who built his entire career on his image, and now he's upset that people see his image?
That's not...
It's like a stripper complaining that people are looking at their body. You made the choice to get on stage.
Tessa, did you just compare surviving paparazzi harassment to sex work?
No, that's not what I...
Because one is a career choice with boundaries and consent, and the other is literally what Ben described as antagonizing someone until they have a nervous breakdown so your video is worth more money. That's not even in the same universe.
Okay, fair point. Terrible analogy. But the principle stands, if you hate the game, don't play it. Why is he still at the table?
Because leaving doesn't solve anything. Someone on Reddit literally said they were shocked by how intelligent he sounded talking about AI and Hollywood's future. People keep underestimating him because of this pretty boy narrative, but maybe, just maybe, he's actually earned the right to critique an industry he's been successful in for 3 decades.
You know what I think? I think Ben Affleck is having a midlife crisis. His blockbuster days are over, his marriages keep ending, and now suddenly he's discovered artistic integrity. It's not evolution, Morgan. It's damage control.
And I think 30 years at the top of Hollywood gives you a perspective that keyboard warriors and podcast hosts will never have. When Ben says, take rich, leave famous, maybe we should listen to someone who's actually lived both.
All right, that was good.
Did we just have a whole fight about whether Ben Affleck is allowed to have feelings?
I think we did. And honestly, I still think he's a hypocrite, but maybe hypocrites can still make good points.
Progress.
Don't push it, Reeves.